like to know. I mean, is it some sort of pejorative statement against Scots people? Like people from the Scottish homeland? Scot-free? Who is Scot? What is this association with free stuff? And the implication is that if it's Scot-free, it's free without any strings attached. So, what is it?
Isn't it Scotch-free, not Scotch?
Is it Scotch-free? I don't know. Is it? Is it really? No, I think it's definitely Scotch-free.
I think it's Scotch.
Is it Scotch or Scotch?
It's pretty sure it's Scotch.
So then it's Scottish. Is it, okay, so it's Scotch-free. You're looking it up now? So give me the... In the age of the internet, we don't have to be ignorant about anything. Let's find out what it is.
Okay. It says, Theo is Old English for attack. Scot and lot was medieval yeah, I don't know. Levied on residents.
Municipal?
Medieval.
Oh, tax-free. So something was... Oh, okay, so you didn't have to pay medieval tax, you got Scot-free. Then it's Scot-free. As in like... Okay, as in like, okay, Scot-free. That's interesting. So most of us have learned something new today. Anyway, annotated bibliographies are due this Sunday, 11 to 9 p.m. Quiz 8 is due next Monday at 9 a.m. No extensions, and the good news about Quiz 8 is it's your last quiz in this class. So the last formal reading that you have to do in this class will be this weekend as you read chapter 15. Now remember, it is just chapter 15. Important to note that there is a mistake on the syllabus. That was a previous course plan that I had put together that I then amended but did not fully change in the schedule. So it's just chapter 15, and it is due this upcoming Monday at 9 a.m. Now the great news about this class is that most of the hard work that's done in this class is largely accomplished within the next couple of weeks. You will have given your first two impromptu speeches, so you'll have some idea of where you need to improve in your public speaking presentation style. You will have done your annotated bibliography, so you will have already thoroughly researched your topics, thus being an expert on Lance Armstrong or Eminem or whomever it is that you are going to be speaking about. And then all that you'll really have left to do in this class is to construct the outlines for your informative and your persuasive speeches, practice your informative and your persuasive speeches, and ultimately deliver those over the course of the last 8 weeks of the semester. Now then the question becomes, what are we going to be doing in class? And the things that we're going to be doing in class will be, we'll be sort of bouncing back and forth between correcting misconceptions about how to give a good public speech, because one of the things that we're doing as a team of graduate assistants as well as myself, and this is across both instructors, so all 4 sections of speech, is we're tracking each one of you as you go through the process so that we'll be able to find out where there are systematic problems. So if we notice that students are systematically having a problem, articulating a clear thesis, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to do a little refresher on theses in class. And so we can almost guarantee that you will have enough instruction by the end of the semester that you should be able to use this rubric to give an outstanding speaking presentation. So we'll be doing some of that in the last 8 weeks of the class. And the other things that we'll be doing are literally just the fun stuff related to communication studies. So we'll talk about interpersonal communication within the context of romantic relationships. We'll talk about family communication in the context of healthy, functional, familial relationships. We'll talk about organizational concepts related to team building. Of course, we'll do some stuff on media. We'll talk about both media effects and media analysis, because that's a big part of what we do in communication studies. And we'll just do all sorts of great fun stuff like that. And I'll still be taking attendance, and attendance will still count. The speeches are going to be graded by this Saturday. I think that we'll get the next speeches back to you even faster than this group, because our system is coming together. Although a week for speeches is pretty good. And your reasoning assignment will be graded and back to you by next Monday. The way that we're going to do this is that, remember, you have to upload your rubric, your impromptu rubric, to the Dropbox. And so what we'll do is we're going to upload your graded rubric to your Dropbox. And then we'll also enter your grade there so that it'll automatically appear on the D2L grade site. So you'll be able to go on to D2L on Saturday night, and you'll be able to look, and you'll be able to, first of all, download your comments, and you'll also be able to see what your grade is. Yes?
What is like the, you've already given it to us once, but what's like the information for the YouTube site?
Now that's going to happen per lab assistant.
Per lab, okay.
Yep. Each one of your lab assistants will set up a YouTube site, so that, and they will post your speeches to that site, and so you can take your rubric and look at how you were graded, and then watch your speech again, and you can see where it is that you need to make improvements.
Okay.
Other questions? Okay, any more attendance? Emblems, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. I'm going to run the report. While I'm running the report, I invite you to ask questions. Concern? Yeah, just call it out. Go.
You posted the Word document that tells you about how to do the annotated bibliography. When you click on the LibGuides, once it takes you to that site, where are you supposed to go to search your topics?
Your topics. Okay, now, okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. All right, so you got your LibGuides up. What's the deal with this? This doesn't make any sense. Why didn't it give me your names? Let's do this again. Okay, and we'll continue to talk while we do this again. Now, I tell you what, when you bring up the LibGuides, there's a bunch of blue tabs, right? And you've got things like topic, you've got general databases, and then topic-specific databases. What you need to do is click on those tabs, and it'll give you a bunch of links to databases that you can go into and you can search. Now, what's your topic? Which topic are you researching?
Why you should volunteer.
Okay, so what you would do is you would go to maybe one of the general topic databases, the general research databases, like something like Academic Search Premier or ProQuest, and then type in, volunteering or conscription or compulsory volunteering or AmeriCorps or anything along those lines, and then it's going to give you a whole bunch of articles from the popular press that you can then review and utilize at will for your annotated bibliography. And so that is the ultimate way that works. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
And everything's got to go through the LibGuide. It's got to be a source that you find on the LibGuide. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't get an exception to that policy. I had a student come to me earlier today, and what they asked was, they asked if they could go ahead and, they're giving their speech on Sitting Bull. And so what they wanted to do is, they wanted to use some information that they couldn't get from the LibGuide, but they could get from the Oral History Center. We have this Oral History Center on campus. And what the Oral History Center is it's like this, it's this huge collection of tape recordings of Native Americans telling stories. And so there was a big project to preserve the oral tradition of the Lakota peoples. So he's going to use that as one of his sources. That's a primary source. I would be fine with that. If you were going to do something, if you were going to go above and beyond in that way, go ahead and do this again. If you were going to go above and beyond in that way, I would be okay with that. Any other questions? Spend a lot of time reading about your topic. You really do want to be an expert on that. Not just because it helps you write a better speech, but it's also going to make you a more confident speaker. The more you know about your topic, the more confident you are about the conclusions that you've drawn that have been included in your final speech, the better speech you're going to give. I need 11 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You will have to sign in if you did not do this. 2 lots. Okay. Now let's see if this works. It should work. It probably won't. Now let's have to deal with it. I think I can deal with it. I can work with those numbers. I don't know why it's not giving me that. Okay, I will work with those numbers. Let's go back to, we did have a question, is that correct? We ended up with, I believe we were talking about Mad Men. We watched the video clip, correct? Yeah. And then, did we answer the question?
Yeah.